Hi, today we're going to go through a full body resistance workout. So today's session is going to be a full body resistance workout. It's going to involve some compound moves as well, which basically means we're going to be using more than one muscle group at a time for the exercises. It's a really good one to do. I quite like this one because it helps activate my back and get my lats working as well. But it isn't just about your back, it works your core. It gets your diaphragm switched on as well, so it helps with your breathing while you're moving. And to help us with this workout, we don't necessarily need to use weights, although if you have got some dumbbells, they're helpful. But because it's more of a resistance workout, then the weights don't need to be particularly heavy. So we're going to use some household objects. No, we've not just been shopping, so we can just use these for weights. So a carton of juice is a litre, so it's a kilogram, and a tin of beans is a bit less, it's about half the amount. But you know, that's kind of all you need to do this session. But if you do want to add bigger weights, then you can do, but it isn't the type of routine that you necessarily need to use bigger weights to get a lot out of it. So Kim's going to take us through the exercises and I'm going to demonstrate them, and then we're going to go through it as a sort of routine. We're going to do it for reps today, so we're not going to use a timer, we're just going to do it for repetitions this time. And we'll try not to lose count, or I will. I'm
not very good at counting.
Okay, so the first exercise is this one.
So this is a deadlift into an upright row. So a deadlift basically means you're nice and straight in your back, you're hinging forward at your hips, but you're keeping your knees slightly bent and soft. And then that's the upright row. So you bend forward at the hips, keeping your back straight, and then pull up. As you pull up at the top, you push through your hips, squeeze your bum, and the aim is to pull your elbows as high as you can. So you're trying to get your juice under your chin, okay? That works all your posterior chain, so your glutes, your hamstrings, all the way down your feet, your back, and also your arms, and like Jason said, into your shoulders. Okay, next one is a bent over row. So you're in the same sort of position as you are for a deadlift at the bottom, where you've got your back nice and flat. Did your back feel flat there?
Yeah, it does now.
It does. So make sure you're adjusting so that you've got your back. And again, it doesn't have to be dead flat, but as long as it's not, as long as it's not sagging.
Flat, yeah.
So pull up through your back. You're going to pull up, again, using your elbows as a gauge to bring your elbows high. You're not going to be able to see how high they are, obviously, but it's a feeling. So you're looking for a feeling here in your shoulder blades, where you're squeezing them together at the top, but without bringing your shoulders up. So you're keeping your shoulders down, squeeze your shoulder blades at the top, and pull your elbows high. And again, this is really good for your the top of your back, like Jason said, your lats, your traps, and you get a bit of an arm workout as well. Next one is a lateral lunge with a bicep curl. So we're going to lunge to the side, and then we're going to lunge to the other side, and as we stay there, we curl our arms up. So you're lunging to the side, keeping that leg straight and pressing the straight leg foot into the ground. So you really should feel a stretch on the inside of that straight leg. Okay, keeping your chest up and head up, look forward all the time. And then obviously as well, you're getting a bicep workout too. This is good for your brain as well.
Yeah.
You have to really think about this.
You're only doing the curl on one side, you have to kind of think about it a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're alternating sides. Or we do so many one
side and then
first,
so many the other, yeah.
And then I think okay,
if you try and alternate sides, it blows your mind even more, I think. Right, the next one is a squat into an overhead press. So squats we did a while ago, we're going to do exactly the same thing. Get your perfect stance. You're making sure that your knees are tracing the same line as your toes. You're again keeping your back nice and level. And when you get into the squat, you want to be going for, if you can, as low as you can, but without your knees toppling in. So chest up, head facing forward, and then at the top, you squeeze your bum again at the top. And when you're there, you press your arms up and overhead. So again, this one is good for your shoulders because it's forcing you to bring your arms back. If you're pushing, if you've got tight chest and tight shoulders, you might not necessarily get this kind of nice level that Jason's got, but
I like to try and keep my hands when they go up rather than letting them come forwards.
Yeah.
Keep them straight above my head.
Make sure when you're doing that, make sure you're not arching your back to compensate. If you don't have the mobility in your shoulders, then don't try and do it by arching your back because you'll hurt your back. The next one is called a YTA fly. So again, this is good for your brain.
Do it this way first.
So you're in the same sort of position as you were for your bent over row, and you're going to make a Y shape with your arms. So going forward, then a T shape, then back to the middle again, and then an A shape, so taking your arms back. So this is a really good one for your shoulders and your back, and it's much harder than it looks when you're doing a few reps.
This is why it's good not to have such a heavy weight, because if you have a heavy weight, then you start trying to use your shoulders and go like this, and that can put a lot of strain through your neck as well.
So you can see what Jason's doing is keeping his shoulders away from his ears. If he's not pulling his shoulders up like he was there and using just his shoulders, he's trying to engage his back as well. So that's where you want to feel it, is your sort of upper back muscles.
And if you can't, if you are starting to feel it in your neck, then drop your weight a little bit.
Make sure you're not cranking your head up as well. You want to keep your head just level and forward. Okay? So that's one rep is all three, Y, T, A. And from the side. The reason we're standing like this is we don't want to put any strain through our back, so make sure your knees are not locked out and you're quite relaxed in your lower body. Okay, next one is on the floor. So this one, okay, so we're going to start off with your head and neck off the floor.
There.
Yeah, and your hands with your weights up. You're basically going to send your leg down as you send your arms back, and your head and your shoulders go back onto the floor at the same time. So it's like a crunch, but it's not as aggressive as a crunch. You want to be keeping your head and neck in a nice line. So even when you come up, don't squash your head down.
It's
Imagine
more about the arm movement than a crunch.
Yeah.
A crunch, you wouldn't move your arms.
So I don't know if you heard what Jason said there, but in a crunch, you've got your arms up here, haven't you? So this is about, again, opening up through your shoulders. And again, you might not be able to get your arms really far back. That's okay, go as far as you can. So make sure when you're doing that one that your neck isn't like this, because you're going to hurt your neck. Try and imagine you've got something between your, like an orange, between your chin and your chest. Okay, the next one.
These are cold.
Yeah, just come out of the
My
fridge.
hands are going numb.
The next one is,
Sorry.
I don't know what you call, what do you call this one? A triangle something? It's
Yeah,
quite a
this is
triangle.
Triangle, just a triangle.
Triangle.
Exercise.
So you want to take your foot, one foot, just a little bit off the floor. So you're just hovering over the floor, okay? You're going to take your weights to the side that your foot is off the floor, and then you're going to take them above your head. No, you're going to take them across, so that's the bottom of your triangle. Then you're going to take them above your head to the top of your triangle. You're going to do a tricep press, so you're working your triceps here and back up again. And then you're going to take it back down to the bottom of your triangle. So you've drawn a triangle. So this is challenging your balance because you've got one foot off the floor. It's working that standing leg.
Works your core.
Works your core because, you've got to balance and you've got to move at the same time.
You start from the side that's off the ground,
Across,
up, a little dip, and then back down to the other side.
And again, you're trying to focus the attention on back, upper back and core. So when you're doing that tricep press, if you're arching back, you're probably trying to send your arms further than you can at the moment.
Keep your core engaged all the time.
So
really
just,
good.
yeah, pull it in. Last one is for your obliques. Again, challenges your balance and stability. So you're in a side plank. You can do a high side plank like Jason or a low one. And then you're going to rotate. Oh, so you're going to put your weight underneath your body and then send it above the top. So again, this is really good for your upper back and lats because you're opening up at the top here. Challenges your stability, which is great for running.
So easier versions as well. So you can either go onto your elbow and do it down there, so it's a bit more stable, or you can go open your feet out like that rather than stacking them, which gives you more stability. Or you can go off your knees if you want and start there. Although I'd put a mat under my knees if I was doing that. Okay, that's it.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exercises. We're going to do them now as a sequence, and we're going to attempt to count and say things at the same time.
Yeah, we'll do 10 of each.
But yeah, nice and easy.
10 on each side. Okay.
Okay.
So no timer today. Just our counting.
I'll go on the side.
Sideways? Okay. So the first one is the Deadlift-the Upright Row. So off we go.
So knees nice and soft, remember?
We don't need to rush this. It's more about doing the exercises nice and slowly so you can feel everything activating. It's even a good routine to do as a warm-up into something a bit harder, like a Tabata routine. Or this is just a nice morning routine to do, just to get you up and moving and getting everything switched on. How many?
9.
Oh, Kim's counting.
I thought if one of us counted, the other one could talk. That's 10.
Right, so
Bent
the next
over
one
row.
is the bent over row. Kim's going to talk this time.
Okay. So you want to make sure that your knees are bent and your back is nice and flat. So really stick your bum out basically, and then pull your elbows, what feels like to you, high. So you pull in the tins or juice up to your armpit. And remember all the time, try and take your shoulders down and squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top.
10. Okay, next one is the lunges to the curl. So you just...
You can go that way first.
Yeah, okay. Trying to synchronise this. Right, so you're coming towards me.
Okay.
Right, off we go. So we do 10. So the first side is just normal lunge, hands to the bottom. Then the next one is the bicep curl. Normal lunge, bicep curl. Normal lunge, bicep curl. And then trying to push up through our heels when we come up out of that lunge. Nearly forgot what we were doing then.
It's hard to think of words and do an exercise at the same time.
So just keeping your chest up as well, keep looking up. How many is that?
That's 9.
So one more. And then exactly the same, but we're going to all do the bicep curl on the other side now. So
Which way are you going?
I'm going that way.
Okay. Okay.
So lunge to the right, and then lunge the other side, bicep curl. And this is quite a cheeky little one. It does get your diaphragm working as well. So you might find yourself getting a little bit out of breath and thinking, why am I getting out of breath? I'm only doing this slow, easy exercise. So again, another good one to do before going out for a run. Obviously when we're running, we're doing more than just moving our legs, getting our arms moving, our upper body should be twisting a little bit, and that's all getting your diaphragm working.
9.
One more.
Ten.
Yay! Okay.
Squat press now.
Warm them up.
Need some gloves if you're using juice.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting here. You counting now?
Yeah. Trying to keep up with you.
So remember, you squat
Not
down.
as far to go as I am.
No. Squat down low, keep your chest up, looking forward. And then squeeze your bum at the top. With cans, it's quite nice, you can sort of pop them together at the top.
10.
That was a
Gonna
quick
sneak
one.
an extra one in there, but I thought better not.
Right, YTA flies. So I'm counting.
Okay. Okay, so we're starting in that little bent knee position. It's gonna be fun. Might have to move back a bit. That's it. Okay. And then we're going out to the front, and then out to the sides, and then to the rear. So you're really trying to lift those arms out a long way behind you. Keep that back nice and flat. Try not to strain your neck, and your shoulders. Should all of these movements should be coming from your back mostly, and your core. So try and keep all of that nice and engaged.
Crunching.
Crunching.
I'm crunching, my shoulders are crunching.
So again, just check that core, check how flat your back is. Really get those arms up behind you. How many?
9.
Ooh. One more.
10.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, lay down.
Which way are you going to lay?
I'm going to lay that way. Just lay the same way.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'm counting.
Okay, so we're starting, remember, with your head and shoulders off the floor and your arms up. And then you're going to lower down and go the opposite leg. So try and keep your lower back as flat to the floor as you can. Really push into it. If you feel it arching up, then it might be a good idea to put the tins down and do it without. You can also put something under there, like a cushion, just so you've got some connection with the floor.
We're doing 10 on each side, by the way.
Are we?
Yeah.
Blimey.
Oh, you were still talking. So.
So really try and keep that gap between your chin and your chest.
Last one. Think.
Oh, it's quite cheeky, isn't it, when you do 20?
Yeah, quite cheeky. Okay, so we've got a triangle one next.
You're freezing.
It's getting really cold. Right, so starting off, standing on one leg, just find that balance, other leg nice and loose. If you are struggling with your balance with this, just dip a toe on the floor in front of you, just to touch. Okay, so we start off the side that's off the floor, across to the standing leg, up above her head, and then a little dip. And then back down, and then across, and then up, and a dip. Can you just move this way a bit? Sorry. I'll come down that way, yeah. So triangle, up, little dip at the top, back down. Really trying to keep that core switched on, thinking about that back being nice and flat, nice and straight still. How many is that?
6.
What, only 6?
I don't know, I think so.
So you're probably starting to feel this a bit in the leg that's standing, which is good. Again, this is a really, really good compound exercise. So again, by compound we mean it's working a lot of different muscle groups. Swap sides. Okay, so standing on our other leg, nice and loose either side, across, up, dip, down, cross, up, and a dip. And this is where if you've got something a little bit heavy, you might be starting to struggle. So it is really about making sure your form stays, keep that core engaged. So if you need to drop weight, then don't be afraid to do that, it's fine.
You could even do this with one dumbbell, couldn't you?
Yeah. This is probably the hardest one of them all. I think it's why it's my favourite, because it just gets everything working.
Right, that might have been 10, but I'm just going to
Oh,
say
okay.
this is 10.
Right, last one, well done.
Okay. Last one is your side plank with rotation.
Okay,
So just one weight for now.
so we'll go.
I'll stagger.
Kim's going to stagger, so if you spin round so you can see your feet. So if you look at Kim's feet, there's steps out. Okay, I'm counting, am I?
Yeah. So you're trying to twist your torso and then lift your arm right up so that it's in a big T shape with your other arm. So you'll really feel this in the side of your core, your obliques. And you should get a nice opening in your chest and shoulders as well. So again, you're trying to keep your ears and your shoulders as far away from each other as possible so that you're not crunching your shoulders.
Ten. Okay, the other side. Forgot we had to do the other side.
Ready?
Yeah.
So do remember with your plank to keep your shoulder over your wrist. What's nice as well is to look up at your hand when you get to the top. You get a really good twist then in your back because your spine obviously runs all the way up your neck and into your head.
One more. Good job. Okay. All right. Kim's always got really warm hands. She's like a little hot water bottle all the time. Yeah, they are really cold. Okay, so that is just a nice, simple resistance workout that works full body. So you'll feel that now that's probably got a lot of things working. So it's a really good one to do. You can do that another time or 3 times through as just a good workout, or you can use it as a warm-up for preceding something else like one of the Tabata sessions we've done or something like that. So it doesn't take long, it's only taking 10 minutes. Yeah, how do you find that? You've not done that before, have you?
No, I don't think so, not in full. Yeah, it's good. I can see how if you have dumbbells it's going to be harder.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're going to use weights, I would use really light dumbbells or even just one for the ones where you can.
Yeah.
Because you're going to really feel it on those
Yeah.
arm and back ones, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want you to be using your traps and neck as much for this. It's more about getting your back to engage and allowing your core to stay switched on as well.
If you are doing it as a warm-up, then I would use just tins or something like that. If you're doing it as a workout, then weights are probably better.
Yeah. Okay. Let us know how you get on, and Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.